Tonight's dinner was cheesy bacon ranch crispy chicken. This chicken was so easy to make and it was so delicious. First I took 3 really large chicken breasts and then split those in half horizontally to make them thin. And now I'm just going to season them up really well. Just season them up however you want. And now I am crunching up a bag of croutons. You're just going to put those in a separate bowl and then season that up however you want to. I'm doing garlic powder, some onion powder, ranch seasoning, and red pepper flakes. Now take whatever your favorite ranch is and then add that to another separate bowl. You're going to dip that chicken into that ranch and then dip it into the crouton mixture. Make sure you press it into that crouton mixture really well so everything sticks on it. I then sprayed the tops of my chicken with a little bit of oil and I'm baking that at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And I'm taking that out and then adding just some shredded cheese to the tops and then a little bit of these bacon crumbles as well. And then put those back in the oven for just about 5 minutes until everything is nice and melted. This chicken was absolutely delicious. I hope you guys give this one a try. Let me know if you do. Tonight's dinner is Mongolian beef and noodles. This is a big family favorite here and it's really easy to make. First, get a pot of water boiling for your noodles and then start cooking 1.5 pounds of ground beef. To a separate bowl, add 3/4 cups of low sodium soy sauce, a 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, 2 to 3 teaspoons of minced ginger, a dash of red pepper flakes, then 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Whisk that up really well and then just set it aside for later. Then once that water starts boiling, you're going to add your noodles to your water and just cook those as the package directions say. I'm doing angel hair pasta this time. Usually we do fettuccine, but my kids are on a angel hair pasta. Once the ground beef is done cooking, you're going to drain all that grease and add a couple tablespoons of minced garlic. Let that cook for 30 seconds or so and then dump in your sauce. Then you're going to take 1.5 cups of some pasta water and add that to it as well. And then you're just going to heat this to a boiling and then keep mixing it and then turn it down. Dishes start to thicken right away. Once that pasta is all finished cooking, you're going to add it to your sauce. Just toss this up really well and then add some sliced green onions to the top. This dinner is so amazing. I hope you guys give this one a try. Let me know if you do. Today I'm making my favorite meal. This sheet pan pesto tortellini is amazing. It is my absolute favorite. I'm making it today just to eat throughout the week and I just can never stop eating this one. First, grab a smoked sausage link and you're just going to slice that up and then lay it on a large sheet pan. And then throw on however many grape tomatoes you want. And then about a 20-ounce bag of frozen tortellini. Mine was a family size bag, but I didn't use it all. Then grab some olive oil and then add about 3 tablespoons of that on there. And then 3 big old scoops of pesto. Season however you want. I'm using that garlic and herb seasoning. Toss it up till everything is coated and you're gonna bake this at 400 degrees for around 25 minutes. If you want it a little crispier, you can add another 5 minutes to that. Now, whenever you take this out of the oven, you're gonna grab some Parmesan cheese and then freshly grate that over that, just like this. And then I add some red pepper flakes to the top. I am really obsessed with this one. I hope you guys give this one a try. Let me know if you do. Today I'm making a really easy, really cheap dish. It is a General Tso's ground chicken. So first you're just going to cook that ground chicken. I did 1 pound. You're going to want to double this recipe if making it for a larger family. Only a few of us were eating dinner tonight. So first it's just cooking that ground chicken. And then in a separate bowl, you're going to make your sauce. So first it's just 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar, a 1/2 cup of low sodium chicken broth, a 1/2 cup of soy sauce, and then 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And then you're going to add your seasonings. You can add garlic powder in here too. I added some minced garlic to that chicken when I cooked it. And then red pepper flakes and some onion powder. And a tablespoon of cornstarch, just thicken it up. You're gonna pour this sauce straight in with your chicken. It's a little thin now, but it comes out a lot thicker just like this in just a few minutes. You're gonna top it over some rice with some green onions and you're done. This one tastes so delicious and it's really easy. Today for dinner, I made creamy, crunchy garlic Parmesan chicken. This was really easy. So first I'm just seasoning some chicken. I took 3 large chicken breasts and then sliced those in half so they're nice and thin. And then I just seasoned them really well with this garlic and Parmesan seasoning. And then I took a cup of mayonnaise in a separate bowl and then about a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then just season that with some pepper and some of that garlic Parmesan seasoning again. And then I'm just dumping that over my chicken and then spreading it all out. And then I'm crunching up a bag of these croutons as small as I could get them. And then spread those all on the top. And then I melted a 1/2 stick of butter and put that on top of that and bake these at 425 for about 25 minutes and they were so juicy and delicious. Highly recommend this easy one. I'm not normally a big chicken fan unless it's like fried chicken, but these were so good. They are mouth-watering good. I served mine with some rice and just some roasted vegetables. This has definitely earned a spot in our dinner rotation. I hope you guys give this one a try. Let me know if you do. Today I made orange chicken in the crock pot. It's one of my kids' favorites. So first I took 2.5 pounds of chicken and I cubed mine up. You're going to put about half of a cup of cornstarch in there and you're going to stir this all up so everything is nice and coated, just like this. And then you're going to get a hot pan with some oil and just brown that in there for about 3 minutes or so. You just want a nice little crust on those. And you're going to toss them back into your crock pot. You don't have to do that step if you don't want to, but it tastes a lot better. All right, and then you're going to take this whole jar of orange marmalade and you're going to put that in there. All right, and then you're going to add low sodium soy sauce. I did about 3/4 cup of this. And then you're going to add a teaspoon of ginger. I think I did a little too much there, but that's all right. And then I did a tablespoon of sesame oil and a big scoop of minced garlic. And then 1.5 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And then a few teaspoons of red pepper flakes. You don't have to do this step at all if you don't want any kind of spice to it. Stir that up really well till everything's nice and combined. And then you're gonna pour this over your chicken that's in the crock pot, mix that up a bit. And then I cooked mine on low for about 3 hours. I love making this meal because I can make it all around lunchtime. And then right when the kids get out of school, they'll have dinner ready and all my dishes are already washed. Highly recommend. The kids always clean their plates with this one. Today I made a juicy Ritz cracker chicken. This was so incredible. So first I just salted and peppered about 2 to 3 pounds of chicken tenderloins. And then I did 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. And then added a scoop of minced garlic. Then about a cup of mozzarella cheese. You're going to mix this together well. And then in a separate bowl I did about, say, 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese and a tube of Ritz crackers all crunched up into that. You're going to stir this all together. I added a little more pepper to this. And then I put that first mixture over my chicken. The video kind of skipped. And then on top of that, I put that mixture with the crackers and the Parmesan cheese. I melted a half stick of butter and then pour that over the top. And you're going to cover this and bake it at 375 for about 45 minutes. That last 15 minutes, I took the foil off, so it had a nice crispy top on it, and this chicken was so juicy and delicious. My new favorite. Today for dinner, I made creamy, crunchy garlic Parmesan chicken. This was really easy. So first I'm just seasoning some chicken. I took 3 large chicken breasts and then sliced those in half so they're nice and thin. And then I just seasoned them really well with this garlic and Parmesan seasoning. And then I took a cup of mayonnaise in a separate bowl and then about a half of a cup of Parmesan cheese. And then just season that with some pepper and some of that garlic Parmesan seasoning again. And then I'm just dumping that over my chicken and then spreading it all out. And then I'm crunching up a bag of these croutons as small as I could get them. And then spread those all on the top. And then I melted a half of a stick of butter and put that on top of that and baked these at 425 for about 25 minutes, and they were so juicy and delicious. Highly recommend this easy one. I'm not normally a big chicken fan unless it's like fried chicken, but these were so good. They are mouth-watering good. I served mine with some rice and just some roasted vegetables. This has definitely earned a spot in our dinner rotation. I hope you guys give this one a try. Let me know if you do. Today I made another really easy, really delicious one-pan dinner. First, grab a couple pounds of chicken and then whatever seasonings that you want to use. I'm using garlic powder, this garlic and herb seasoning, and some pepper. You're going to cut all the weird pieces off the chicken and then cut those into cubes. Season the chicken really well and then add a couple tablespoons of cornstarch to this and then mix it up really well. If you don't have cornstarch, you could just use some flour. I just like to get the chicken nice and crispy. Now grab a really large skillet and you're going to add a few tablespoons of butter to that and a little bit of oil. And then once that butter is melted, you're going to add that chicken in. Cook that chicken 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to flip this over so you have a nice brown crust on it, and then cook another 2 to 3 minutes. Then I just kind of stirred it around that last minute just to make sure it was all nice and golden like this. Then once you are satisfied with that cook on the chicken, you're just going to set this aside. Then to that same pan, you're going to add a couple more tablespoons of butter. Then I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic and just mixing that up until you can really smell that garlic. Then I'm adding this whole pound of orzo to my pan, and I'm going to toss this up in that butter for a minute or 2. Then you're going to add this whole container of chicken broth. Put this on a medium to high heat, and then once it starts to boil real good, you're going to turn it down just a little bit and then let it simmer for around 5 minutes or so. Then it will look like this. And now you're going to add around 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. And you can turn down the heat there too. And then I'm adding around 1 cup or so of some shredded Parmesan cheese. Just mix it up until everything is melted. And then I'm adding just a little bit of Italian seasoning to mine and some red pepper flakes. Now you're going to throw that chicken in there, and then you are ready to serve. This dinner was absolutely amazing. It is my favorite dinner of the week so far. I made such an amazing dinner tonight, and this one is really easy. First, you're gonna grab a pack of pork chops and then a small bowl, and then grab your sheet pan. In your bowl, you're gonna mix this Bourguignon cheese, the garlic and herb one, and about 3 tablespoons or so of mayonnaise. Just mix this up really well. And then I added some garlic and herb seasoning to that. Take a sheet pan, and I did add a little bit of oil to that, and then I'm adding that garlic and herb seasoning to those pork chops. Now you're going to put that garlic and herb spread on the tops of your pork chops, just like this. And then I'm grabbing some Italian-style panko breadcrumbs and putting those on the top. Spray your tops with a little bit of oil too. Put those in your oven at 425 for around 20 to 22 minutes. And for one of our sides tonight, we are having carrots, and these carrots are so amazing. I'm doing 2 pounds of baby carrots, and then I put around 1/4 cup of water into that, and then let those steam for around 7 minutes. Then once that water was all evaporated, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of butter. Just toss that up until that butter is melted, and then I added around 4 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. Toss it up again, and now I'm adding around 3 tablespoons of honey. And you can season this however you want. I'm just adding some pepper to mine. And then once they start to get a little charred, I did add a tablespoon or so of minced garlic. If you want, you can skip the minced garlic, but I think it was delicious. By now, those pork chops should be about done. My kids did have some rice with theirs, but I just ate the carrots and the pork chops, and it was so amazing. Tonight's dessert was a golden Oreo lemon lasagna. This was incredible and really easy to make. First, grab a pack of golden Oreos and take 2 of those rows and then crunch them up really well. Add those to a large bowl, and then you're going to melt 1 stick of butter. Add that butter to your golden Oreos and then mix it up really well. Then grab a 9x13 pan. Add those crushed Oreos to it and then kind of press them in the bottom. And now you're going to let this sit in your fridge or your freezer to harden, which will not take very long. Then grab another bowl. To that, add 1 block of softened cream cheese, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then 1 cup of Cool Whip. You're going to mix this up really carefully. I'm using an electric mixer on the lowest speed, and then I'm just kind of mixing up at the end too. Just set this bowl aside for now, and now you're going to grab another bowl. Make sure this one's larger, and you're going to add 3 1/4 cups of milk to this, and then 2 packets of this lemon pudding. Mix this up really well, and it'll set in just a few minutes. And now you're going to grab that crust from your freezer, which should be hardened by now, and add that cream cheese layer first. And you're going to spread this all around. Then grab that lemon filling, and you're going to spread this all around as well. And then add some more Cool Whip to the top. Make sure to get everything nice and even, and then you're going to crunch up 1 more row of Oreos and then sprinkle those all over the top. Then you're going to let this sit in your fridge for about an hour or so. This dessert was so delicious. I hope you guys give this one a try. Let me know if you do. Tonight we're making the best crock pot cube steaks. I changed my recipe up a bit from last time, and these came out even more tender. First, grab a skillet and start melting 1/2 of a stick of butter. And make sure to slice up 1 to 2 yellow onions as well. And now we're going to grab all the seasonings for the cube steak. And this is what I'm using today. You can switch it up as much as you want. Now grab some flour and add about 1 cup to 1.5 cups of flour to a separate bowl, and then all those seasonings. Once your butter has melted, you're going to throw those onions in. Now mix up that seasoning really well, and then grab your pack of cube steaks. I'm doing 8 of them today. Now just throw those cube steaks in that flour and then set aside. And this is the step that is going to make those cube steaks nice and tender at the end. Once those onions are about done, you're going to put those in a separate bowl just for a minute, and then I'm adding a little bit more butter to my pan and then throwing those cube steaks in. I'm cooking mine for about 3 minutes on each side until they're nice and golden. And I am doing mine in batches. This does take longer than just throwing them in your crock pot, but they taste even better. Then you're going to grab that crock pot out and then add those cube steaks in. And if your pan still has some of that butter in there, go ahead and dump that in as well, and then add your onions. And I'm doing mushrooms with mine, you don't have to. And then I'm doing 1.5 cups of beef broth. I'm doing unsalted beef broth, and then 2 cans of cream of mushroom. And you could also switch out for cream of celery or cream of chicken, whatever. And then a packet of au jus mix, and you're going to cook that for 5 hours on high. And for my simple mashed potatoes, we're just taking some store-bought mashed potatoes and then adding a half of a block of softened cream cheese, about a half of a cup of sour cream, some pepper, and some garlic powder. Just mix that up really well until everything is nice and incorporated, and then grab a small baking dish and then butter it really well, and then add some grated Parmesan cheese, and then add your mashed potatoes in there, smooth it out, top with more Parmesan cheese, and then some sliced butter on the top. Bake those mashed potatoes at 350 for about 30 minutes or until golden at the top. And if you want to, you can cook that cube steak on low too. It'll take about 8 to 9 hours, I think. We are putting those cube steaks on our mashed potatoes and then smothering it in some gravy. These were absolutely amazing. Tonight's dinner was another really easy, simple dinner that was absolutely amazing. First, grab a 1.5 pounds of ground beef and start cooking that, and then chop up a couple bell peppers and an onion. And if you want, you can skip the peppers and the onions. Then grab whatever kind of seasonings you want. I'm doing this spicy Italian today. Then I'm grabbing my cheese shredder and I'm shredding up a whole pound of mozzarella cheese. Also, if you'd like to, you can switch out the ground beef for Italian sausage. That way is so good. Once that ground beef is about done cooking, you're going to drain all that grease. Now you're going to season it really well. Then grab whatever kind of pasta sauce that you'd like and add that whole jar in there. And I'm adding a little water to my jar and adding that in as well. Just mix it up until everything's nice and combined. Now you're going to grab a 9x13 pan and put a layer of that meat sauce down. Then grab some frozen ravioli and start layering that in. Just one layer. Then grab your favorite jar of Alfredo sauce and then drizzle that over the top. Just do about half of that jar right now. And then grab your meat sauce and then add that to the top of this and kind of just spread it around a bit. And take half of that mozzarella cheese and then sprinkle that all over the top. And then you're going to do all those layers all over again. Then once you put that mozzarella on, you're going to top it with freshly shredded Parmesan cheese. Just make sure everything is covered. Now you're going to cover this and bake it at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes and then remove the cover for another 15 to 20 minutes. It should be a little golden and bubbly. This dinner was really delicious. We just served ours with some butter bread. I hope you guys give this one a try. Let me know if you do. Tonight I made one of the best one-pan dinners I have ever made. First, grab a pound of bacon and just chop that up. Now add that to a large skillet and put it on medium heat and start cooking your bacon. Now to a large bowl, I added 1.5 pounds of chicken all cubed up and just season that really well however you want. These are the seasonings that I'm using. Just toss that up really well, and now you're going to add a few tablespoons of cornstarch to this and then toss it up again. And while that bacon is still cooking, I'm going to shred up my cheese. I'm shredding up this whole block, but you'll only use around half of it, maybe just a little bit more. Once that bacon was almost cooked through, I did add half a diced onion to mine. I think onion and bacon go so good together. Once that onion is translucent and that bacon is done cooking, take it out of your pan and let it drain on some paper towels. Now leave that bacon grease in your pan and start cooking that chicken. I cooked mine about 3 minutes on both sides. Then I kind of toss it up for 30 seconds once I've done that until it's nice and crispy. Now remove that chicken from the pan. Now to the same pan, you're going to add this whole carton of chicken broth and then 1 pound of whatever kind of pasta you want, and set your heat to more of a medium-high heat. Then once it starts boiling, you're going to cook it for around 8 to 9 minutes until that chicken broth is absorbed and the noodles are cooked through. Now lower the heat and add 1 cup of heavy cream, or you could use half and half. And now start adding that cheese. Add it around a cup and then stirred it up and then added another cup. This should melt pretty fast. Then you're going to grab that bacon from earlier and add the bacon and onion in there, toss it up a little bit, and then add your chicken in there. Then just mix it all up again. This dinner was so incredible. I hope you guys give this one a try. Let me know if you do.